All right, all right, all right. Back with Planet Zoo. Not going to record a whole lot here. I'm just going to do a quick update on where I'm at from yesterday. I do these daily updates. It's my personal diary to like look back on myself, and if you want to follow along, you can follow along. All I've done since the last one is added this cougar, which I'm just mimicking the habitats from both so that I have a breeding cage and a regular cage. And yeah, this is working out well that I'm keeping all these cats together, except it's limiting my psychology in that I want to start branching out into other animals, but I'm like, but they're not cats. So I kind of get pigeonholed into, just doing cats. Um, and just do the bare minimum in their pens right now. I'm not trying to make this all the design. I'm just doing for my own aesthetic, so it looks good while I'm looking at it, but it doesn't have to look great. It doesn't have to be perfect. Most of this is about functionality. That's why everything is on a grid and in boxes, um, because that's more functional than doing an expanded design. Like you can dedicate this whole area to a habitat and have the habitat back here with cool paths leading up to it and a shed and everything like that. But all you're really doing is creating a longer walking distance for these people to walk to where their need bars get farther and farther, gone, to where they get more and more upset. And this is the problem that people are having in videos where they're like, I don't understand. I followed everything that the video said and I'm still not making money. Well, you're not making money because you have too much walking distance between your places, and you're not taking advantage, or you're not taking care of the needs of these people. So basically, there's two ways of playing this game. You're either playing the game in franchise mode where you have to, satisfy the needs of the people, or you're playing it in sandbox mode where it doesn't matter. Now, in sandbox mode, you can get creative and go design happy with everything, and that's not going to affect your bottom line because the people will still come and all that. But in franchise mode, you really you kind of got to always be thinking about the AI pathing, the non-player character pathing. That do I have the pathing for my workers to get around and stuff. Like I've done these little alleys, and I've put rest shops, just regularly right near the keeper huts, the staff rooms right next to the keeper huts, and and all that is designed so that there's the least amount of walking distance between the worker and the job that he has to do, and that just creates a more efficient thing. And basically, all I've been doing is sitting here watching YouTube videos and clicking around while I wait for animals to raise. And these are the animals that I've got going so far. These are all the ones that I have for sale. All these are Palace cats. I got some jaguars. I got some lynxes. If it's got this little number here, it's still got to be released, or I mean, still got to be bred. I've got two of those, I think, two jaguars that still have to be bred. Jaguars breed the slowest, that's why I still have them. And what I'm doing there is I'm buying them in the market over here for for cash, and you try to find the best markers. Like if I was doing jaguars right now, I would come in here, I would click on Jaguars, and I would try to find a male and a female with the best matchup. And I'm looking for above 50% in all of these. If it's got lower than 50% in anything here, the only one that I'll tolerate is immunity. Everything else has to be above 50%. Fertility you can sometimes get away with, but I have noticed missed birthing opportunities because of a low fertility. That these cats only live, till what 18 years old, and they have a 3.5 year growth period or whatever. So you're only going to get 2-3 litters out of every generation. So you want to make sure you maximize those things. So what I would do is I would buy two of these. Actually, I'd buy four of them and I would label one group A and one group B, and then label all their offsprings as A and B so that I can watch for the inbreeding. And as an end result, you end up with something like this, where I got all these A's, I got all these B's, A's, B's, the D's are going, and this way I know that my inbreeding is handled for all that, and we'll do it for all the animals here. See, my cougars are all labeled A, B, C, D's. Uh, Same, and this way I know that A can mate with, offsprings A's can mate with offsprings B's. They can mate with offspring C's. They can mate with offspring D's. But as long as I keep that initial in there, and the way I'll do like successive generations, like if an A and a B mate and they have A B children, the children will be called just that, A B's. So that I will know that A and B, any kind of mating there will be inbreeding. And I find if you do four of these, then you've got enough genetic diversity a couple generations down the line that you can start mixing and matching. You can mix, an A B with a C and a D, and you might not get as much of a penalty there, and plus with the good stats. So this is how I'm doing my breeding. Is I'm doing four separate breeding groups of A, B, C, and D, and then going to mix their offspring. Um, these ones just have been born, and the way I would do that is since they're in the habitat, I know that they're all A. All four of these came off of one. Actually, habitat is C now, I think. Yeah, Pallas habitat, and the X here indicates that these are the breeders. So this is the DX mother, and this is the DX father. That negative A is because I bought this one off the market from Grilled Cheese here. Well, it turns out that I had an A cat that was also from Grilled Cheese, so I put that negative A so that I know not to breed this cat with A's, that there will be inbreeding even though I didn't create it. Grilled Cheese did, the creator of this cat that I bought off the market. So yeah, the cats in the habitat are D, and since I know that these animals are all in the habitat right here, I'm going to put all of them at D, just like this. And later on, if these ones breed, I will put an X next to their name to indicate that they're a breeder. But right now, they're just growing, and since they're kittens, I want to make sure that they're not breeding if I miss it. So I put them all on contraceptives, and yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. I've got the Pallas cats going, I've got the Jaguars going, the Lynx going, the Cougars going, and these are all the offspring that I've been producing from my dual cage system here, which is making enough money. I'm making $29,000 last year, so money's not an issue that you can run these double cages like this and have one of them not even be looked at by the public, and it's still you're okay within your bottom line. Um, my work zones and stuff to keep the money going on that are look like this. I've got this many work zones. The staff, all the keepers are assigned to different habitats or exhibits. Basically, I have one keeper per four exhibits or one keeper per habitat. Every habitat has its own keeper. I put the two Pallas cats habitats. Both of them are on the same work zone, which would encompass this staff room, this keeper hut, and both of these habitats. So both keepers will work both of those habitats. In fact, I can just show you. Go into the work zones, habitat, Pallas cat. Oh, not the Pallas cats. It's the habitat lynx. Yeah, see, they have the keeper hut, the staff room, and the two things. They're all right by each other, and this way those keepers will only work those things, and my animals are always taken care of by having the 1-to-1 ratio. It's perfect. Um, that's pretty much all I've done. I got the keepers like that. I've got 4 educators that are walking around. I can probably give them a place to talk and stuff. They're not doing well. I have leveled all my people up to level 3. This way I know that when I add a new one, if I see a level 1, that's the new one. You know, that everything else is. I have security guards set to zones and a couple of them set to prioritize everything where they walk around the whole map. Uh, all my caretakers, same thing. Basically, I keep one on no work zone. I should put him on everything. But everybody else works a different area on the for the caretakers. For the vendors, I have 2 different vendor zones. I've got shop A and shop B, you know, or the shop entrance and shop 2, which is over here. And I actually keep the workers separate for that. That I have 2 extra vendors for down here in shop 2, and I think 2 extra vendors for shop 1 to handle overflow for when people get rested. But they're all set on their own different work zones. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I've been doing. Um, I'm gonna fast forward this so that you can. It does. I do kind of want to show off the nighttime here. So I'll keep talking until nighttime because I love the way this looks. It's all default pieces and stuff, but it's lit up so well at night that it just looks really great. It's these neon bars from the European pack. These lights underneath here, I don't know what pack they're from. I think New World, uh, New Age, New World, whatever. And the way these light up the cougar the signs and stuff, these neon lights up here light up these signs. Looks pretty fantastic. You see all this? I've talked about this in multiple videos. All of this girding right here is because I have my game set to I have it set to all these low settings and stuff like that, and low and medium. And the reason I do all of that is so that this runs super smoothly, no matter the part count or how many people I get going into the park or how many animals. There's no hiccups, no lags, you know, and stuff like that. That even with a really awesome machine, this game can start to lag on you when you start getting a lot of stuff going and a lot of people going, building, adding things to the park. You get, yeah. So I find by keeping it on performance settings like that, it's much smoother. I can go through things without any hiccups. I started to decorate in here a little bit, added some lightings, added a floor. And again, another tip for building and stuff. I've kept this floor all on its own group. All of the black trim here is on its own group with the black roof and everything like that. All of the windows are on their own group. All of the walls are on their own group. And the reason for all of this is so that I can go in here at any time and just change the color. Change the color. You know, I can do whatever I want. And if you try to build that way to where everything is on its own axis or its own color, I don't have all these roofs lined up, but I do have the building. Nope, the building's got these signs. This one's not optimized, but to try to do that with as much as you can. This one is. The building will do it its own way. Even if you click on the lights, they have their own, you know, that I can change the color for anything on the fly. And the trick to doing that is to just have all of the like colored like pieces in the same group. Just separate them from group. Down here I do have it set up. Like this wall is nothing but the wall. I can change the color to any time. and I think the trims are all set up the same, and the roof is all set up the same. This one I did set up right. Okay, I'm gonna slow this time down so you can. I want you to see these lights. This is sunset is the coolest time. Palace cat's gonna have offsprings. Great. Just love the lighting in this game. It's this and Planet Coaster. They're both the same. But that's really all I've got going on right now. Is I'm just breeding, but I'm debating the next thing I'm going to do. See how it lights up the signs? I want to get some big cats, but the bigger cats are more expensive, and I'm just starting to get to the point where I can afford them. I gotta sell off a bunch of my junk animals that I'm not going to keep and stuff, but I don't know which ones I'm going to do that with yet until I start getting into the breeding. So I'm pretty much keeping everything until I get into breeding the next generations, and then I'll start deciding, okay, this is the ones I'll keep, these are the ones I'll sell. So I'm not in a race to do any of this. I'm just going through it day by day. But I love the way the lighting loves it. It looks like Miami. You know, this just looks like Miami. I don't know why it reminds me of like Crockett and Tubbs, man. And this is all temporary right here. I did all these walks kind of temporary. They're a little bit crooked, so I had to readjust each one. I couldn't just do a world access slide. It they're a little janky, but you know it looks all right. The goal in this park right now, this particular park, is not to look good. It's to breed animals for future parks, which will look good. That right now, my goal, I'm my main focus in my save right now is to get down a breeding system, and that I think I am that. And then I can breed the animals here and then put them into other zoos that I open that'll be more decorative. And I'll be doing that soon. I don't know what I want to be themed. I like to have an idea of what the overall gist is for everything. And another thing I've done is I've managed to unlock everything here. The only thing left that I have left is these habitats and transport rides. So that's another bonus that now I have all the building is unlocked. Down in the hut. I can't go down and look in their burrows. I don't like the burrows for that. I did put them on the screen here, but only the front burrow is on the screen. I don't know. I like it. I'm satisfied with it. This is great. A great functional park, adhering to the game mechanics and what it means to like try to play franchise mode successfully, not necessarily a design awesome, but it there is a design element here that is important, and that is the functionality. How are your paths set up? Do you have enough room? Are you not creating bottlenecks? Is everybody able to view the windows and stuff like that? And then do they have benches, ATMs, bathrooms, food, all of that within a short enough walking distance that their bars don't go too crazy? As long as you can do that, you can end up with thirst is the only thing I have to deal with here, but thirst is I'm always dealing with thirst because four of these right here are drink shops, and there's only one food shop, and the same with up front there. And that's kind of the ratio that it goes, that you need like four drink shops to every one food shop. Um, anyway, that's a successful park that's making good breeding, and that's where I'm at in the game. And this turned out to be 20 minutes long. I can't believe it. But yeah, future videos will have more design and stuff. Right now, this is all just getting into theory. And hope you got something out of it. Peace out.